the back of our heads
Yeah.
that here's the
This
plan.
This is our next phase.
Yeah.
How and what did you teach math?
I did.
I,
I
kn-
taught
I figure I
Yeah.
think of that because I'm so bad at math.
middle
that-
school and high school.
So
and
when
then,
my kids start having problems with math, I can come send them to you.
oh, well, yeah, $100 an hour.
I'll pay it if it gets them an A.
Just kidding, just kidding. I quit. I didn't quit. I retired.
I know.
retired. And Cheryl was elementary PE.
That's right.
So she just played all day.
What schools did y'all teach at when y'all were?
I was at Statesville Middle and Statesville High School,
Okay.
and she was at Celeste.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
How long were y'all in education?
32, 34 years
And so how long have y'all been doing greenhouse work? Since
2010.
2010. So
Yeah,
how many years is that?
a lot.
Is that
That's just a lot.
2000 since 2010, so
Yeah.
13 years.
13? Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I can't do
Can you
math,
believe
Ron.
that? Right?
13. Wow.
I
And you
know.
have two beautiful daughters.
We do.
And-
Shout out to Kate
Yeah.
and her husband Graham and
Yeah.
their two daughters, Emerson and Sloan.
Uh-huh.
Emerson will be she is in the 8th grade. Sloan's in the 3rd grade.
8th grade.
Mhm.
I didn't realize she was a year older.
No, not 8th grade, 6th grade.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Gone
wait,
to the middle school.
she's at
6th
middle.
grade.
Don't
I
don't
know,
grow
I
her
know,
up that
I
fast.
won't. And then Coleman and her husband Dino live in Salt Lake City,
Mm-hmm.
and their little son is Cly, and he's soon to be 7 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
nice.
we're blessed. We're really blessed.
So what's going on at the greenhouse these days? Like, what are y'all all
Fall,
about?
it's fall, y'all. Pumpkin season's here. And so we're so fortunate. We have a wonderful staff. As a matter of fact, we have one employee who's been with us for 17 and a half years.
Oh.
And she's going to be leaving
That's
this.
Linda, right?
Linda.
Yeah.
Yep, Miss Linda. She's leaving the end of this week.
Oh.
Friday's her last day.
She's moving
And,
back to New
moving
York.
back to New York. Her family's
The
there.
state,
And
right?
so-
Not-
yep.
yeah.
Upper
Upper
New
New
York.
York, yeah.
Where it's cold and
Yes.
no.
That's where you want to be leaving, not going.
Right, you know.
But her
anyway,
family's
her
all there,
family's
right?
there, and
That's
so we
awesome.
wish her well. So yeah, we got a very talented staff. We have, knowing that she was leaving, we found this what we believe is going to work out great for us, the new designer.
Yeah.
And so he started with us already.
Oh, it's a
and-
nail
and-
designer.
Yep,
Oh.
and you'll like him, and his work is very, very, very good, very artistic. So we're fortunate in that we have flower trucks that come by the shop every day, and so we always have fresh flowers, and we don't overbuy so you don't get stuck with them. We use them. So fresh plants, Johnson greenhouses, and people think all the time, oh, it's a greenhouse. It's used to be. It
I was
started
gonna say,
out.
how did it become a greenhouse?
I know. That's how it started out.
Okay, so it was like y'all had like plants and.
Yep. And
did-
if you look at our shop now, looking straight at it, the left-hand side, all the way down the building was a greenhouse, full growing greenhouse. Before that, when it was back up in its early years, it was a true greenhouse, big operation.
Was it
so-
already kind of phasing out of that when you guys got involved?
Yeah, it was. It just, it took a lot of time and care and money to operate a greenhouse on the small scale like we were doing.
Right.
And then when we started having growers who could bring fresh plants to us, it was a no-brainer.
It made more sense than doing it
Sure.
yourself.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure did.
Supporting
So,
another local business.
Yep.
Just selling their products for them.
yep, so.
What's your favorite part about your job and what you do?
I think probably being able to work in the same building with Cheryl,
Oh.
Sharing that time together. And she handles all the front end, the gift line, the greet and meet customers, the financials, I'm in the back with the grunts. We're back there making the arrangements, doing the creative side. Yeah, so I think knowing that I could get up in the morning and we go to work together and spend the day together, even though our paths may not cross very often, just knowing that we work together is a plus for me.
That's
So,
fantastic.
I think so, yeah. What are some of your significant milestones or achievements that you guys have had over the years?
19, let's see, I guess 90 years coming
Yeah.
is going to be pretty
That's-
significant
yeah.
for us. Us taking over operations of the building
Yeah,
and the business.
sure.
Watching our kids grow up a little bit. Coleman spent more time there than Kate did. Yeah. And just watching how, I guess, how you reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Especially when Cheryl came in and brought in the gift line. That was a big plus.
It's just another reason to get people in your shop.
Sure it
and,
is.
You know.
Yep.
With you being that in the creative aspect of it,
Yeah.
like, what is your favorite holiday, or is there a
My
time of year
birthday. No, just kidding.
to see flowers and to see, you know, the business bloom?
I like all seasons. You know, when we're talking fall, I guess, really, you know, doing pumpkin things again. We use pumpkins as the vessel. So a lot of flowers are done on pumpkins or in pumpkins, and you can go out summertime and yard flowers. I love to, you know, somebody said, well, I bet y'all have fresh flowers at your house all the time, don't you? And I'm like, we get the leftovers. But we also have flowers at home that we have
That just grow
put
it,
in.
yeah.
And so, you know.
I always like your story. It was your third wedding,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
doing your yard.
Doing our yard. Yeah, that was our third daughter's
Third
wedding.
daughter's wedding, that's what
yeah.
you call
We
it.
had a first daughter, Kate's wedding, Coleman's wedding. Then we had to have the whole yard in the back re-landscaped. Yay, Tim Johnson, thank you. And that we laughed and said that's our third daughter's
Yeah.
wedding. Then we had all new windows put in the house. That's fourth daughter's wedding. And so now we've put in this beautiful, beautiful pond.
Oh.
And it's our fifth daughter's wedding.
Wow.
I don't think I have any more
Are
children.
you done? Are you done?
Think
No
I
more
don't-
daughters?
I
No
don't
more daughters'
think.
weddings?
But I can always tell you, Cheryl goes, you know what I think would be pretty?
Oh,
Or,
and then it
you
just
know what I
starts.
think would be nice?
And you make it
Another
happen.
daughter, here you come.
A project.
Yep.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, you know, was there a particular challenging time or moment in your business that you kind of went through, and how did you manage?
Once again, to decide, yeah, we're going to jump out of retirement from school and jump into, yeah, we're not going to really retire, we're going to work some more kind of thing. That wasn't really a challenge, but it was a change, you know. Challenge, I guess, like everybody else. We survived COVID. That was
And I'm
a
sure
tough one.
your
and a lot
industry
of
really suffered, especially the wedding industry and doing any
huge.
kind of event.
gone.
So,
And we had to, I guess you filled out papers or whatever it was we had to do so we could be certified as a
essential business.
essential business.
Oh, yeah. That always made me
Because
mad. Everybody
we-
was essential in my mind.
Right. And
But
and
you had to
so
do the
we,
paperwork.
well, we tagged in off once again, going back to the funeral home. You know, full circle, right?
Yeah.
And so the funeral home was still doing services,
yeah.
and the families were like, I really I need flowers.
Yeah, they just not something
And
they're gonna do without.
so, you know, we were able to
Interesting.
do that. We did a lot of parking lot pickups. We would come in and, you know, you had your mask and the whole 9 yards because none of us really knew what was
Right.
the gist of it. And so we would come in and suppliers of the trucks could come by still and drop off flowers at the back, and we would get them and bring them in and process them and make them up. And I remember one time we went and we're doing doorstop deliveries. So somebody ordered you flowers, we could take it and just leave it on your doorstep. So I had another person, and they were a runner. I drove the van, they ran the flowers and dropped them on the porch. And she got up to drop the flowers on the porch, and here comes this woman out with this thing of Lysol. She was just going to town. I'm
On the porch.
on the porch, and I'm like,
Okay.
okay. So, yeah.
Did you did you do anything? I'm sure you made changes in your business, and were there changes that you made that you've kept that you're like, this was a good change to make? That was a result of just having to change your habits and how you did business. Was there any significant, like, oh, why didn't we do this sooner? Or, now we're doing it, we're just going to keep doing it?
Nothing jumps. You know, when Cheryl and I took it over, it needed a major facelift. And so I guess the redesign,
Yeah.
we had Julia Wilson come in,
Oh, okay.
and they brought in an architectural
Gia Wilson, yeah.
whoever,
Oh.
and this woman helped us map out, here's where we need to go,
Okay.
and here's what we, and we made major changes then. And other than just little cosmetic things, I think we've done okay with where we are.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice or lessons from your journey that you would, if somebody's listening in or listens to it later, and they're thinking about a business, that you would say was helpful for you guys? Or
Bless your heart.
it's hard. I mean, it's
Especially if you had to go from ground up. Cheryl and I kind of inherited,
right.
so to
I
speak,
know,
a little
an
bit
already
of it.
established business.
But if you have to walk in with just ground up, that would be very, very hard. But my biggest thing is show up. Be there. This community is so giving and so caring, and to be a part of it, so give back. Don't just sit back in the, it'd be very easy for us to, when somebody comes in the door, here they come asking for something again. And we try to put in our budget. Believe it or not, we have a budget.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And we try to put in the budget, here's X number of dollars that we can do this. And here's these people that we know are top of our list. And then new people come along too. And, okay, so somebody says, well, you're going to just give it all away. You're not, because when you give, you get back.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, that's our philosophy. You really do.
So you got to talk about Gidget in the office. Your puppy that I just think she is so cute.
She is sweet as she can be. 6 years old. She is a mini golden doodle, and her name is Gidget. Comes from, remember the Sally Field character?
Yes.
Gidget?
That's where the name came from.
That's where the name came from. And so she is a sweetheart. She walks me every day.
Oh, yeah. I love watching,
And,
seeing you guys walk.
Oh, yeah. We go downtown, and that was one of the things. Cheryl and I were planning something, and I'll leave it at that. But we were trying to think of, okay, how many movies were shot in Statesville? So as Gidget and I walk, I'm looking at the plaques that are encased in the cement sidewalks.
Those are great.
And so I'm like, okay, so I think we're up to 4.
I think so. At least
I think it was 4.
I
And so
feel like that's
we have
right.
to walk the sidewalks and find all the things to make sure I don't leave one out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Gidget is, she loves belly rubs. She loves children. She's
She's a
sweet.
great mascot for the store when you walk in. you
Yeah,
know?
no doubt. She's a sweetheart.
And it's wonderful to have gifts in that you can buy, because I've run in there many times
Yep.
on the moment, like I've got to get so-and-so something and there's only so many shops in Statesville, there's
Right.
Gloria's, DG's,
Yep.
and you and a few others that
Yep.
you can kind of buy stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's nice that y'all
And
added
we
that.
try, that's one of the biggest things, and kudos to Cheryl on this one. We try to limit things that overlap. One year we went to the gift market in Las Vegas, not to go to Las Vegas, been there, done that, won't ever go. But let's go out and find new vendors
Some
who
new
have
things.
new things that other shops don't
Yeah.
have. So, because we do have a great number of people who come in. I had a lady this morning who's coming in, I just need a quick gift to pick me up, and,
Yeah.
so we don't stock a heavy inventory of something, and a lot of times we'll get something and Cheryl will go, okay, so I've got 24 of them. When they're gone, they're
They're
gone.
gone.
Or, that went pretty fast. I think I'll restock it one time. But
But that's what makes it special too. Is you're
think
not going to
so,
have this.
right?
You can kind of go and see the variety.
Yeah.
And you go in there for flowers, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I need a card, or
Yep.
I need a little search C to go with this, or
Yep.
whatever. We were talking. We had an event earlier before this, and we were talking about shopping. And I do not like to shop. I mean, I like to shop, but I have to be in the mood, and I have to know what I want. And so when I go in there, I'm like, okay, I need XYZ things. I'm going to go here, I'm going to get it, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to
Yep.
get it, and I'm going to be done.
Yep.
And there's not an overwhelming,
I love it.
like, stress level of it either.
Yeah.
I tell you what I love in there are the placemats.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know the brand. I
Hester
know.
and Cook.
Yes, they are so.
I love the new ones they've put out.
Yeah, I have
That's
some. I
just-
still have some from the last
good
batch I
stuff.
bought, but they're throwaway, but they're beautiful.
And I think it's nice for people to dress a table.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, back in the day when, I don't know if your family, but my family, you sat at the table and you ate your meal and you talked about your day.
Yes.
And you ate those last 4 green beans on that plate before you got up
I
and
know,
left,
got your
right?
dessert.
Ah,
Yeah,
so-
we still do that. We have a breakfast, or it's like in the nook. We call it a
Yeah.
breakfast nook, but we sit there and eat most nights. And then
Yep.
when we're real feeling fancy, we go to the dining room.
Oh, yeah.
But I always have my dining room table set really not with dishes, but just
Yep,
decor and stuff.
something. That's right.
And I get really fussy at my house when somebody puts something on there, like the mail.
Yeah.
I get really pet peeve about that. I'm like, why is there mail on the table?
The dining room table becomes the drop off.
Drop off.
Yeah.
I will say one thing, you know, we are Teleflora, FTD, that kind of thing, and that serves its purpose. But folks out there, when you're ordering flowers, call a local shop.
Yes.
You know, if you go through FTD or Teleflora or one of those other ones like Just Flowers, please, I'm just going to say it, don't. Do not. It's, don't.
Well,
Call us or
Yeah.
call a florist. And if you know you want to send flowers, say, to somebody in Greensboro, if you call our shop, we can wire it out for you, but we can also say, here's a shop in Greensboro that you might want to call.
yeah.
You just get more for your money. You can talk to a real person who, because if you call the other people, they're going to call us. They're going to say, you know, you paid $175 for what you ordered from them. By the time it comes to us, it's going to be $130.
Right.
Yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. So if you're listening and you need flowers, first, come to our shop. We'd love to see you. Second, call a shop and talk to a real person behind a table in a brick and mortar.
You guys did a beautiful. I needed sunflowers in December,
Yeah.
basically, for my mom's funeral,
Yep.
and I called and I said that's her favorite flower, and you're
Yeah.
like, we'll get them, and
Yeah.
it was this beautiful. I didn't know. I just said I want sunflowers. Just make it look nice, because I don't know how to. Floral design is beyond my capacity.
Right.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah,
And y'all got
thank you.
y'all got sunflowers.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. You know, there's not a lot of flowers we can't find somewhere.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
they
in
cost you
line.
an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
But you know, most of the things that are
Oh.
around here, we can
Yeah.
get those. I had a bride one time, and she got married in December, and she wanted lily of the valley, and I'm like,
Oh, oof, that's a springtime flower,
no,
right?
not gonna happen. She says, yeah, I want it, and so we had it shipped in from Germany.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah,
But it was what she wanted, and you found it.
what she wanted.
Well, and you think about it, you know, when people are getting flowers, particularly flowers, you know, it's for a wonderful occasion, and
Yeah.
you will remember what those are, that you received them, how pretty they were, how long they smelled beautiful. And I'll say this just from recent experience, the difference in flowers that you get from like Johnson's greenhouse and what you pick up at a supermarket, they smell so much more fragrant and they last so much longer. It's such
Yeah.
a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
You know, just to have in your home.
And I'm not saying there's not a time when you're out there and you go, oh, shoot, I'm going by and I forgot, and you can grab a pack off the grocery store shelf. But as a general rule, you know, again, we have trucks that come by every day with fresh flowers.
Yeah.
We process them, we cool them, we arrange them, we deliver them. Bada
Y'all
bing,
let me.
bada boom.
I've gotten to go in the back and pick out my flowers.
And, you know,
I mean, I don't
we
know if that's
talked
special,
about that.
but
Well,
I don't know why that you let me do that. There was a reason.
well,
It
but
was something special I needed, and you're like,
come look.
come and see what you want. And I was
That's
like,
right.
these. I don't remember what it was, why
That's
I
right.
needed it, but you
Well,
let me do that.
Unless it's a major busy day that
Yeah.
that's just again a philosophy of ours that's been there, is kind of like, okay, you need to put your hands on it, or you need to see it, or you need to know.
Oh, I know what it was. It was a special type of flower, and I
Okay.
guess there were more than one variety. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure how to say that.
Yeah.
And I think y'all let me go back there, and I was like, oh gosh, I guess these. I mean, but that's that personal.
Well, we've looked at putting up when we did the redo, we looked at putting up a door so it was blocked off, or we looked at putting up a gate, and we were like, that's just been the history of small local business, Statesville,
Feeling
hometown.
comfortable to go and just
Come
see
on.
what you got,
Right.
Especially
Now,
if you don't know
if
what
you
you
come
want.
in and there's a screen that's there, that lets you know we are so busy.
So don't go back there. I don't
Just,
think I've ever
you
seen
know,
that when I've been in there.
We try not
I
to.
was
We
gonna say, I
really
can't-
don't. It's there. You'll see it's laying up
I'm
against
gonna
the
look
wall.
I'm gonna look for it now.
And yeah,
Okay.
there are those
But that's good
days,
to
but
know.
very far
Yeah.
and few between.
Well, we're got one more question to ask you.
Sure.
This is the tough one.
Okay.
So one thing is, I think we didn't say this, is y'all are, I think we've discussed this,
Yep.
y'all are the oldest Chamber of Commerce member
Yep. We are.
in our books.
Yep.
So for 90 years.
Came over on the ark.
They
Yep.
did. And I don't know, I'd have to really go back and look at our history, but I feel like there's only one or two others that might even be close.
Yeah.
So thank you for all of that, because
Yep.
the chambers ebbed and flowed over those 90 years, and we've never we try to stay relevant and trend on the right what the path is for businesses. So we appreciate your support of us for 90 years. And
Thank
you and
you.
I've had
Yeah.
lots of conversations. I've been here, November will be my 5th year, if you can believe that.
Wow.
And I remember we were at, I think we were at the country club or somewhere. We had lunch or something. We were just talking about
Yep.
your chamber
Business.
membership and how we can make sure we're doing the right things and making it work for you. So 5 years later, you're still here. So thank you for
Yep.
your,
We're not going anywhere.
well, we appreciate your faith, and you and Cheryl are one of those that, when you see something, you're like, here's a solution or here's an idea and let's do it. And you do that. So it's been a pleasure to not only get to know you as a business, but as a person, as a friend,
Yep.
and having you on our board and just helping us through our leadership and development of the chambers. So we're gonna do a shameless plug here and
Okay.
ask for you to tell us how the chamber has made an impact on your business over these 90 years, and specifically when you and Cheryl have been.
Yeah. Well, Cheryl and I talked about that last night. I said, okay, here's some beauty pageant questions that Nicole sent to me. But I think when we took it over, that was one of the questions that a lot of people ask. Well, what has the chamber done for me?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of struck me that, okay, what have I done for the chamber other than write a check for my membership?
Right.
But I think we need each other's support. That's a big plus for us. And you support by serving on committees. When you and I talked that time, I was like, I need to be more involved, or else I don't need to be involved.
And what did I say?
Come on.
I said, let's be on the board.
Let's be on the board. So committees that you can serve on, events that you can either sponsor or attend, or both.
Or volunteer. And,
Volunteer. There are donations you can give of your time, your talents, of course your monies. And I think, once again, going back to what I said earlier, you get out of it what you put into it. And so the chamber for us is part of that Statesville connection. It's just that hometown Statesville connection. I know if I need something, I can call, and if you can't say right off the bat, you'll connect it to where I need to be. And when we all work together towards that, then it has to be a
Yeah.
good thing.
Right.
So I would say get involved. One of the things as membership person I've gotten are the little cards, and it's
chamber
not, I don't
check-in.
want to come in and bother you in your business, but sometimes I'll just come in and say, hey, and I'll say, here, just give that to so-and-so. Just to let you know that the chamber is more than somebody who just comes in and says, it's time to up your dues or time to sponsor this or that. They really know our businesses. We really know the businesses. So, Yeah, I think it's all about, you know, that old thing, it's hangs on the flag where it all comes together. That's kind of like
Yeah.
what we were.
Yeah.
Yesterday we attended the event
Oh, so Iredale Ready launch.
I'd already, and I loved it, Shannon. Towards the end of it, one of the last speakers was a young lady, who had gone through
Youth leadership.
yeah, and she was with someone else, but she said it all started. As a matter of fact, I was a member of youth leadership, and all of a sudden, all the way over on the other side of the building, I hear this.
I was so excited.
You were. I saw that.
It was like a parade for me
I
yesterday.
know, right? I saw that. Yeah.
But you're right. It's like, and I was talking to someone else after that, and I said, you know, you see these kids go through a program, and then they go off and live their life, and you don't really unless they get back involved somehow, you just don't know what happens.
Right.
And I was like, oh,
Yep.
it impacted her, and she was saying all the right things that we really impart in that program. So
Yep.
we're going to pull her back into the current this year and have her come talk to
But
our
again,
group.
it's all about the connections. You know, when you go out and you see somebody and
Yeah.
you talk to them, and all of a sudden that sixth degree of separation,
Yes.
you realize is not that far away.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yesterday
Yeah.
was great. Well, thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
We so
Um,
appreciate
You were
Yeah.
a great guinea pig today.
Yay! Well,
And
I hope I filled in a little bit of time and a little bit of
did.
information, and just invite people to come to the shop.
And where is the shop? Where can they find your shop?
204 Salisbury Road? We're there, and come on by. We'll be glad to.
And you have a website?
We do, Johnson Greenhouse NC
All right.
at gmail.com. Yeah, we're there Monday through Friday
Mm-hmm.
from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, usually a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturdays from 8 o'clock to 1.
Awesome.
So
Thank
come see
you.
us, come buy flowers, or call us and we'll deliver them.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Out there.